Hey guys, Cameron here with Emerson Property Management. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things have helped me build up a sizable portfolio in about 2 years and now manage that portfolio. Today, guys, I want to talk about renewal rates, renewing, especially if you're self-managing, even if you have a property manager and you want to, make sure your renewal rates go through the roof. You want people to renew, you want to keep tenants in place. Vacancy kills. It can kill cash flow. You can have a bunch of unnecessary expenses. So I want to talk about something that we did that really allowed rental rates or renewal rates to jump. So once we did this one thing, we saw renewal rates jump up. Our average tenant stays just over 3 years right now. We have some tenants who have been in there almost a decade. Ever since I bought the property, some of those tenants are still in there, which is awesome. Turnover is nothing, no vacancy. Little repairs here and there just to keep the property manageable, but keeping those tenants in there and keeping that turnover low and vacancy low really helps. So this is the secret sauce, guys. And if you don't know what that is, that's a number 2, a really poorly drawn number 2 in my handwriting. 2%. So what does that mean? What is 2%, Cameron? What are you talking about, you may ask? 2% is the standard rent increase that we put into our leases. Cameron, can you do that? Yes, you can. You can put damn near anything into leases. But what we do right under the rent section, so hey, the rent is going to be $1,000 a month. Cool. Right under that, in bold, we put, if you renew your lease for another year, there will be a standard 2% increase. 2%. You can put 12, you can put 20. I don't really care. However, I would caution you. We used to, back in the day, run rental comps for every single property and look to see what kind of maximum value we could get out of it. So in that scenario of $1,000 a month, the rent's going to go up 2%, i.e. $20 on renewal. So now instead of 1,000, it's 1,020. Most people aren't going to move for $20. Even if rent comps are now $1,050, that's great. That keeps people in place. For $30, let's just say they moved out, you said no, the owner says no, I want them out of there, I want that extra $30 a month. That's about $360 a year, right? Do you guys know how quickly you can eat up $360 on a turnover? Our average turnover right now is running between $3,000 and $5,000. And I say that not because the tenants are tearing up everything, but you've got a month of vacancy, so that's $1,050 in this scenario. You've got a rekey between tenants. You might have some general improvements, general little property, delayed maintenance, or stuff that you kind of push down the line till the tenant moved out. All that stuff comes to fruition. You've got lawn, you've got the utilities, you've got to switch the water, you've got to do all that between the tenants. And that adds up very, very quickly. So, just a little bit of work on a decent house is going to run you several $1,000s on a turnover. So let me ask you, in this example of $30 a month, how long is it going to take you to make back, let's just say $3,600? Well, at $30 a month, that's $360 a year. $360 a year for 10 years is $3,600. So it's going to take you 10 years to make back one renewal when you kick that person out. It's going to take you 10 years to make back the 1 month of the one increase of $30 a month. 10 years. So do not kick tenants out. Do not kick them to the curb. Keep them in there. If they're bad tenants, I'm all for it. Get rid of them. But what I've noticed, we used to have this number a little bit higher, but the average inflation, obviously in the time of this recording in 2022, inflation's nearing 7-8%, but average inflation's about 3%. So 2% is almost 3, but it's not enough to make them move. So on a $1,500 a month unit, it's $30 a month. You get $1,580. On a $2,000 a month unit, you get it's $40, so $2,040. that's usually not enough to make people move. And I know I can hear some owners, I used to think it myself, my God, I'm leaving $50 on the table or $100. Again, go back to that turnover example that I just gave you. 10 years to make back that one turnover. You do not want to do that. Guys, just do a standard one. You can do 2. I mean, some markets are so crazy that you might be able to get away with 5. But when we put it in the lease up front and they're signing the lease and we say there's a standard 2% increase, the renewal goes so much smoother. For the tenant and for us, we know exactly the rental rate that it's going to be. The tenant knows that. They can shop around. I hope that prices have gone up a little bit. I don't want them to go up 10%, but if they've gone up 4 or 5%, ours looks more attractive. They're more incentivized to stay in place. If they have to pay just a little bit more, they're not going to pack up and move for $30 a month. Most people won't. But again, you don't have to renew. That's just saying if you do renew, we're going to renew at 2%. You do not have to renew to the tenant. So I just want to make sure that's clear as well. This simple thing, putting just a number, pick your number. Your market might be different, but if you're in Houston, a good one we've seen is 2%. You get a little bit more money every renewal, so you're not have that huge separation between the renewal. Let's just say some people don't raise rents. Some people leave it $1,000 a month for 5 years, and they say, "Golly, this property's renting at $1,500 a month now. Hey, buddy, I need you to pay $1,500 a month or get the hell out of my house." Well, that guy is used to paying $1,000, or that family or that person is used to paying $1,000. They are not going to pay $1,500. They're going to move somewhere else, most likely. So instead of doing that at 5 or 6 years, you just do the 2% a year, every year, and you're not going to get up to that full $1,500, but you'll get pretty close, or you'll get maybe a couple $100 apart, and you can say, "Hey, man, this year I need some more money. Inflation's at 8-10%. I'm going to need a little bit more than the 2%, or we're going to rewrite this lease and bump it up to 5% because this market's been really hot." That's fine. We have found with all our tenants that it's more palatable, meaning they accept it more when they've already signed it in the lease agreement and they know. So I hope that was helpful. I would strongly encourage you guys to just put something in your lease and just write it when the lease renews. The standard, the rent amount, the monthly rent amount will go up X%, and that can be 2%, 5, 10, whatever you want to make it. 2% has been good for us. I hope you guys find value in this. I hope you use it to increase your rents, decrease vacancy, and have a better relationship with tenants. It's not fun for us tenants, owners. The last month you want to jump up rents $200. Nobody likes that. That leaves a bad taste in everybody's mouth. So hope that was helpful. I'll see you all next week. Thank you.